Johnny presents the new Philip Morris show, Call for Music.
Call for DINAH Shore. Call for Harry James. Call for Johnny Mercer.
You got accentuate the positive, don't mess with Mr. In between.
It's the Philip Morris Call for Music, a musical report on what's new this week in show business. Make no mistake. Of all leading cigarettes, Philip Morris, and only Philip Morris, is recognized by eminent nose and throat specialists as definitely less irritating to the nose and throat. For a cleaner, fresher, milder smoke,
Make Philip Morris your call. The cigarette for one and all.
and here's Dinah.
The boss, she is ripping and the bench is falling down. My pocket needs some money so I can get into town. My brother is not working and my sister does not care because she needs a motor so I can go anywhere.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is good enough for me.
Very lively, Miss Shore.
Thank you, Mr. Mercer. It's going to be a big tune, you know. We got it tabbed as a song of tomorrow.
Who wrote it?
Some singer, I forget her name, Peggy something or other. I can't.
Peggy Lee?
That's the name, yeah. Her husband plays the guitar. Wonderful guitar player.
Looks to me like these singers are infiltrating on us songwriters.
Well, you infiltrate right back, John boy.
1, 2. When singers start to write the hits, it's getting pretty tough.
You know.
We guys who just compose the tunes will find the going rough. My mountain goat vibrato never sounded much like Bing, but now Professor Mercer had better learn to sing.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
Say, can a trumpet player get in on this?
Sure, Harry.
Latch on.
The songs and kids are dancing to are all at your command. We'll play the tunes you want to hear and toot to beat the band. I like to play the ponies and win money every day, but I promise you the trumpet is the only thing I'll play.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
If Peggy Lee is listening, and I'll bet she blows her top, she'll stop composing ditties and she'll stick to singing pop. I guess this ought to fix her so she'll never write a note. We sang her song but didn't use a single word she wrote.
Except mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
Thank you. Every Friday night, Harry James, Johnny Mercer, and I are going to bring you a report on what's new and exciting this week in popular music.
And I'll give you my slant on what's happening in the band business.
I'll slip you a mercerized view of the tintinabulations of Tin Pan Alley.
Listen to that boy. Altogether, Philip Morris will try to give you an inside look and listen to what's going on in front of the movie cameras, the microphones, and the footlights of a pretty big country.
Well, Dinah, I just got back to Hollywood after touring about 100 different cities with the band.
Mm-hmm.
And every place that we went, we found the same thing. Folks want to hear those good old timers.
The headlines in Variety and Billboard this week say the same thing. They've got a big traffic jam down memory lane.
Oh, I don't mind. I like the old songs. There's one old timer I did for Columbia Records, and they're bringing it out just in time for Valentine's Day. Sweetheart, if you should stray a million miles away, I'll always be in love with you. And though you find more bliss in someone else's kiss, I'll always be in love with you. I can't do any more. I've tried so hard to please, but let me thank you for such tender memories. I wish you happiness. As for me, sweetheart, I guess I'll always be in love with you. But let me thank you for such tender memories. I wish you happiness. As for me, sweetheart, I guess I'll always be in love with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the words you're about to hear are not our words. They're words written by one of America's top-ranking doctors. And if you smoke, these words concern you. Here's what the doctor reports.
In cases of irritation of the nose or throat, it is my usual practice with my patients who smoke to suggest that they change to Philip Morris.
And why does the doctor advise this change to Philip Morris? Well, he says,
The reason for this advice is that I'm convinced that they are less irritating than other cigarettes.
yes, those are the actual words of an eminent nose and throat specialist. And those words concern you. For like thousands of other smokers, you too may have the symptoms of cigarette irritation without even realizing it. For example, that tight, dry feeling you sometimes get in your throat from smoking, or that occasional cough, or that musty, stale taste in your mouth. Perhaps it never occurred to you, but all these may be symptoms of cigarette irritation. Common sense will tell you that when it comes to smoking, less irritation means more enjoyment. From your first cigarette in the morning to your last one at night. Yes, less irritation means a cleaner, fresher, milder smoke. So isn't it good common sense to choose Philip Morris? Because of all leading cigarettes, Philip Morris, and only Philip Morris, is recognized by eminent nose and throat specialists as definitely less irritating. No other cigarette can make that statement.
Johnny Mercer, as a songwriter, what do you think of this trend of reviving old tunes?
Well, Dinah, it's interesting to watch the evolution of a song, the different styles it goes through.
Shall we illustrate?
Absolutely. Now, back in 1927, the banjo was a big thing, and we heard a tune that sounded like this.
I'm looking over the 40s, over
Then progress. The smooth approach came into style. Show us, Dinah.
One leaf is sunshine, the second is rain, third is for roses that grow in the lane. I tell you.
Yeah? Tell me. Then more progress. The boys with the beat took over and hotted it up in this fashion. Mr. James, will you take the podium? And then the height of progress, 1948. And we hear this tune with the latest modern embellishments of orchestration and instrumentation.
I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before.
Oh, Johnny, that's when it said progress back 20 years.
I shouldn't talk. I dug up an old one myself. Remember Sugar Blues?
Oh, I should say I do. You made a swell record of it, Johnny. Really made show business news.
Well, for this I don't need a banjo. But a trumpet would come in very handy. Is there a trumpet player in the house? Just give me the old Sugar Blues. Oh, play me that low down melody. How you can have your St. Louis, your bebopping too. And you can have your hidey-hoes, but here's a tune that tickles my toes. Oh, what a strain. Just listen to the pep and rhythm in that refrain. Let me stand here with the brass section rising, 'cause it's a chance to do some real harmonizing when they play the Sugar Blues. Oh, what a strain. Just listen to the pep and the rhythm in that refrain. Let me stand here with the brass section rising, 'cause it's a chance to do some real harmonizing when they play the Sugar Blues. I said blue.
Philip Morris is going to call for more of the same as the weeks roll by. Say, have you noticed how many songs lately are written to tell a story? Current bestsellers like Ballerina and Serenade of the Bells. Well, one of my favorite story songs was the title tune of a picture they made at Paramount not so long ago. There's a story the gypsies know is true, that when your love wears golden earrings, he belongs to you. And love story that's known to very few. But if you wear these golden earrings, love will come to you. By the burning fire they will glow with every coal you
spell tonight. Make love your guiding light, and let this pair of golden earrings cast their spell tonight. Cast their spell tonight. You know, show business belongs any place where people are having a good time. And this week, the lights burned bright on the happy city of New Orleans. It was Mardi Gras week. And in the city where jazz was born, music was king once again. Say, Harry, do you have something appropriate for Mardi Gras? Well, yes, Dinah. We have a brand new number here. In fact, it's so new the ink isn't even dry on the arrangement. It's called Ultra. And we hope the granddaddies of jazz from Basin Street will enjoy hearing this 1948 Descendant.
Remember this. No other cigarette can give you a cleaner, fresher, milder smoke than Philip Morris. No other cigarette can give you the advantage of better taste and finer flavor that Philip Morris gives you. Remember, of all leading cigarettes, the superiority of Philip Morris, and only Philip Morris, is recognized by eminent nose and throat specialists. No other cigarette can make that statement.
Hey, good news, you're about to do me good. Come right here to me, good news. Hey, Mr. Good News, you're what I've waited for. I wasn't slated for blues.
Show business is bright lights on theater marquees, and the bright lights in front of movie theaters in 100 cities this week are spelling out good news. It's all about college days when Sis Boom Ba was pretty snappy talk, and the new look ended above the knee instead of the ankle.
It's a wonderful old score, Dinah.
Oh, yes, but MGM added a new tune that's shaking the tent poles of all the musical wigwams.
Well, shake 'em, Dinah.
Don't care
Shake
if I
'em.
do. If your temper's getting the top hand, all you have to do is just stop and pass that peace pipe and bury that hatchet like the Choctaws Chickasaw Chattahoochee Chippewas do. If you're feeling mad as a wet hen, mad as you can possibly get, then pass that peace pipe and bury that tomahawk like those Chechemex, Cherokees, Chapultepec's too. Pull your ears in, try to use a little control. When all clears in, you'll be top man on a totem pole. But if you wanna be an all-right guy, not a long-faced blues in the night guy, write that apology and dispatch it. When you've quarreled, it's grand to patch it. Pass that peace pipe and bury that hatchet like the Choctaws, Chickasaws, Chattahoochee, Chippewas, those Chechemex, Cherokees, Chapultepec's, and those Chicoutamis, Chepachet, Chickapees, Chochos, Changos, Chattanooga, Chicharros. In the picture Good News, there's a love song that June Allison sings to Peter Lawford. Only Peter Lawford isn't there. It's called Just Imagine. I think it ought to sound kind of pretty on a trumpet, Harry. I've always considered you the John Hill Jr. type.
I'll have my cuffs let out in the morning and start parting my hair in the middle.
Say, you remember the big dancing finale of Good News?
You mean that new dance floor rage that's replacing the bunny hug?
I sure do. Teach it to us, Professor Mercer.
Here is the drag, see how it goes. Down on the heels, up on the toes. That's the way we did the varsity drag. Hotter than hot, newer than new, meaner than mean, bluer than blue. Gets as much applause as waving the flag. You can pass many a class, whether you're dumb or wise, if you all answer the call when your professor cries. Everybody down on the heel, up on the toes. Stay after school, learn how it goes. That's the way to do the varsity drag.
Johnny, I'll start taking lessons tomorrow. Call for Music is sending you a best pocket edition of the new musical movie, Good News. If you saw Good News when it was a hit on Broadway back in the days even before movies talked, you're sure to remember this song from the score. Come on, Johnny, Harry, let's go. The moon belongs to everyone.
Why don't you take advantage of the moon?
Best things in life are free. The stars belong to everyone.
Every star in the sky is gleaming
just for you and me.
The flowers in spring,
the robins that sing,
the sunbeams that shine, they're yours,
they're mine, and love can come to everyone. The best things in life are free. Every Friday night at this time, Philip Morris is going to bring you a sample of what America is singing. We'll report to you from the sound stages and from the wings of Broadway theater. We're going to have the new songs on the rise and the old ones that are coming back. So if some scientist, 100 years from now, wants to find out what music we were dancing to and dreaming to in this particular week of 1948, all he'll have to do is dig up this program.
See you in a time capsule next week, Dinah.
Sure thing, Mr. Mercer.
I'll be on hand, trumpet and band.
We'll be listening for you, Dr. James.
This is Johnny again, returning now to the thousands of store windows and counters all over America. Look for me. I'll be waiting for you. Come in and call for Philip
The swing is to Philip Morris, to America's finest cigarette. So join the millions who every day know the true meaning of smoking pleasure.
This is Dinah saying good night for Johnny Mercer and Harry James and myself. See you next Friday, same time, same station. Until then...
Hello? Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it, 5. Pipe smokers, try Revelation pipe tobacco. A smooth blend of 5 tobaccos. Yes, relax. Take 5. Take Revelation of fine pipe tobacco. This is Jack Rourke saying goodnight for Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette.